Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast, another segment of 20 random questions, and I'm your host, John the Truth Dioria. Tonight's guest is professional female boxer Shamara Woods. How you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing really well.
She's multitasking, driving to the gym and doing an interview.
Well, of course, got to get it in when you can get it in.
So I noticed that you actually have a fight scheduled for December 8th, but I didn't see an opponent listed. Have they narrowed down an opponent yet?
They are currently working on it. So we do not have one specifically locked in. There's a couple candidates, contracts and all that stuff.
Okay. So not much else to talk about except we got a date. We don't have an opponent against. Hopefully she will be definitely fighting December 8th.
It's a definite. It's just, contracts, funny stuff like that, just waiting to lock it in.
Okay. Are you ready for these random 20 questions?
I think so.
All right. Question 1. Tell me about your background and your upbringing a little bit. Don't include the boxing yet. I just want the fans to kind of understand how you grew up with siblings, with your parents, where you came from, things like that.
So I was born and raised in Illinois. And I kind of moved around a little bit. I lived in Chicago. I lived in Aurora. That was my main upbringing. And then once I turned 14, I moved to Orlando, Florida. And I was based out of Orlando, Florida since like 14, 15 years old. So I grew up the first portion of my life in the north, kind of middle portion of my life in the south. And it was definitely an interesting change for me. I do prefer to be up north. I have one brother who is actually special needs. That is my heart. But he is a little challenged, high functioning, but challenged. So it was very different growing up with a sibling that didn't do the normal things that siblings do. I grew up with both parents, my mother and my father, in a regular household, I think. Regular to me anyway.
All right. Question 2. How did you get involved in the sport of boxing?
I got involved in the sport of boxing because I love to fight. Growing up, I had a big issue when it came to relocating. I didn't adjust well. It was very hard for me to adjust, and I was the type of person growing up that I didn't like to talk much. I just like to fight. So I needed an outlet. I ended up trying all these sports. Walked into a boxing gym with my mom one day, and I fell in love with it. 14 years old, I was like, this is what I want to do. And I tried every sport from basketball to cheerleading. I was a cheerleader and nothing stuck. Boxing, I did it and I was completely in love.
Okay. Question 3. What female boxers have inspired you in your career?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I will say Clarissa Shields was a big inspiration to me. I absolutely love that she has no filter whatsoever. She speaks her mind. No filter. I love that. I'm a person that if I think something, I'm gonna say it. So I absolutely love that. I feel like brought a different type of essence to boxing. I love that she's a warrior. So she inspired me a lot. Alicia Bumgarner, Chrissy Martin. A lot of people don't know, but Chrissy Martin was also a big inspiration. And Bonnie Canillo. So those are like females that I kind of watched growing up. Being in Florida, I met Bonnie in Golden Gloves. So I just thought it was amazing what they did for the sport and what they're still doing for the sport.
Okay, question 4. Were you good at any other sports besides boxing? You kind of said cheerleading, but
Okay, so in my opinion, I felt like I was good at everything. The only thing I was not good in was basketball. Basketball, I was horrific. Volleyball, I was decent. Track and field, I was great in. I actually did a color guard, and I thought I was good. I was twirling the little gun and everything, and I had a great time. I thought I was the bomb.
okay.
That's just my opinion, though.
Question 5. If you could go on any reality TV show, which one would you go on?
Any reality TV show. I will say I'm not super up to date with all like the reality TV shows. I don't know. That's a hard one. Maybe like Baddies East, just because they always be fighting. I'm not really a reality TV show person. I guess Baddies East.
Okay. Question 6. What is something that your boxing fans don't know about you?
Something that my boxing fans don't know about me. Ooh, there's a lot of things that people don't know about me, low key. What's one that I want to share? Okay, low key, like super low key. I am obsessed with food. Like, not everyone knows, but dieting is the worst thing about me. Like, if I could eat honey buns all day, I would.
I like how you said that low key to the camera as it's going out worldwide.
I'm just gonna let you guys know, if I could live off honey buns, and I hope my coach isn't watching this because he gonna kill me when I get to the gym. But if I could live off honey buns every day, I definitely would. I love sugar.
Okay. Question 7. If you could own any wild or exotic animal, which one would you own?
Ooh, I think wild or exotic animal. I think a tiger. I would love to have a tiger.
Okay. Question 8. Are you artistic in any way with your hands besides boxing, as far as like building things, painting, drawing, photography, mechanics?
Okay, so a lot of people don't know, I do actually enjoy working on cars. So I used to have a little Honda. And I did part of the suspension with a friend. I love changing my oil. So I guess you could say I'm kind of mechanically inclined. As far as like art, like drawing and stuff, absolutely not. Have no talent whatsoever.
Okay. Question 9. Can you tell me an interesting story from your boxing career so far?
An interesting story. Okay. I guess I could throw this one out there since it already passed. So I recently fought in DR, and I went down to DR, and it was I want to say the wildest thing I've ever seen, because it was just it was super different. And people, if you fought in DR, people will know. I went down to DR. I was scheduled to fight in a certain weight class. That person did not come in near the weight class that I thought they were going to come in at all. I'm not going to reveal what weight they came in at, but when I saw it, I was like, for real? But we took the fight anyway. It was like, oh, we're already here. We might as well. But it was the most wild experience, because in the States, everything has to be, everything's regulated. Kind of when you go out of country, sometimes not everything is regulated. So I will say that.
And just for the fans, I'm assuming DR means Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Question 10. If you could hold any record in the Guinness Book of World Records, what record would you want to hold?
Is it horrible that I've never read the Guinness Book of World Records? Okay, I do know one, and I think David Goggins holds that record. I think he holds the most pull-up record. That man did, I think, like 1,000 or some crazy number of pull-ups. That would be the record I would want to hold.
Okay. Question 11. If you could win a trophy or an award in something other than boxing, what would you want to win it in?
It would definitely be Miss America. I would love to enter a beauty pageant, but obviously I'm all tatted, so I don't think I would really fit the criteria. But I would love to do that.
Okay. Question 12. If you could box any fictional character, who would you want to box? Any fictional character from a book, a movie, cartoon, whatever.
Okay, only people that watch the Fairly Odd Parents are gonna know this. But Mr. Chin, he was like this super buff uh action figure in the Fairly Odd Parents that Timmy used to like. I don't remember if he used to play with them. I don't think he played with them. I think it was it was just a superhero in the Fairly Odd Parents. But that would be lit. Mr. Chin, he had this chin that would rise up and hit people. Yeah, definitely that.
Okay. Question 13. If you could go back in time to tell your younger self some advice, what age would you go back to and what would you tell yourself?
What age would I go back to? I think I would go back to when I was 18. And I would say, do not take that job at Planet Fitness. Don't do it. Just turn the other way. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of history that came with Planet Fitness. I'd be like, yo, run. Don't go there.
Okay. Question 14. If you didn't become a boxer, what profession do you think you'd be in right now?
Police officer. or the Marine Corps. Those were the two things that I really wanted to pursue back when I was like 17, 16 in high school. And the Marine Corps was like my dream. I wanted to be a Marine, and yeah, for sure.
Okay. Question 15. Do you think you would ever try bare knuckle boxing?
Coach, forgive me. All right, coach, forgive me, but that is one of my biggest goals. And I know a lot of people are like, bare knuckle boxing is for fighters that didn't make it, but I love it. It's so much savagery, and I think those guys are freaking warriors. I would love to do bare knuckle boxing at the end of my boxing career, though.
Okay. Question 16. If you could have a conversation with one person in history, who would it be?
One person in history. Oh my God, there's so many people. Um, One person in history. Who I really would love to talk to would be like the Aztecs. They have like the Mayan calendar, like any of the Aztecs from back in, like, I love history. So something that dates back to then, I would love.
Okay. Question 17. If you could star in a movie with any actor, what actor would it be?
Cardi B.
Okay.
I love her.
Question 18. Question 18. What's your favorite boxing movie?
My favorite boxing movie is Million Dollar Baby. I used to watch that religiously growing up.
Okay. Question 19. Who's the one boxer that you would have to get your picture taken with and possibly an autograph if you ran into him?
Mike Tyson.
All right.
Favorite boxer. Oh my gosh.
Question 20, your last question. How has boxing affected your life in a positive manner and in a negative manner?
Boxing has affected my life in a positive manner because it's been the thing that keeps me grounded. If I didn't have boxing as an outlet, I'd be a very angry person, and I'm willing to admit that. A lot of people that know me know I'm very reactive. So boxing kind of is that place that I can go to where I can like release all that every day. Um, in a negative manner, I will say it affects my dating life. Actually, a lot of people see like this female fighter, and they're like, "Yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not date her."
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking time to come on today and do the 20 random questions. I hope you had fun with them. They weren't too bad.
Of course,
And
they
I can
weren't too
see,
bad. You ain't asking nothing too crazy.
no. And obviously, you're about to train a little bit. So
I
we'll cut it
am.
short here. If you got anything to say to your sponsors, to the gym, to the fans, go ahead.
I just want to thank, of course, my coach, Fernando Royer. I want to thank my sponsor, RBW Sports. Um, Shots by Vic. He does my photography, my videography. Brenna. I want to thank Lifestyle Barbershop. They do all my cuts, me and my son's cuts. And everyone that supports me. Like, boxing wouldn't be anything without our fans. So it means a lot to me that so many people always reach out. They show so much love, and people like you, podcasts, I get to go out and talk and just kind of have fun.
All right. Hold on. And with that, the truth has spoken.